Do you love yourself? Do you accept yourself? It's obvious that the person we need to accept, the person that we need to take care the most is ourselves. But how often do we actually accept ourselves? The funny thing is, it's easier for us to accept and encourage our friend than to actually accept and encourage ourselves. Isn't that so funny? Like we would think that we would take care of ourselves more than others. But oftentimes, we care for others more than we care for ourselves. Like for example, if one of your buddy fails to do something and he's so mad at himself, you would come to him and tell him that, hey, stand up and do it again. Take action again. You would encourage him and accept him for who he is. But would you do that to yourself when you fail to do something? Would you actually encourage yourself and actually accept your flaws, accept your weakness? Would you do that to yourself? I remember when I was in school, and every time I got a B or C for my tests, I was so mad at myself. I was so critical of myself. I judged myself every single angle that I could possibly do. But what I realized was that it did nothing good but just make me take life more serious. It did nothing good but lower my self-confidence. That's why it's so important that we accept ourselves for who we really are. Accept our good, our bad, our strength and our weakness. Accept every single thing about ourselves. For a long time in my life, I felt so guilty about not having any good friends around me. And I thought to myself that, man, is there something wrong with myself? Why don't I have any best friends around me? And what I realized was that maybe, just maybe, I am one of the special ones chosen to be okay to stand up for myself, to be okay to stand on my own. Yes, I want friends, but I'm not willing to settle for just anybody just to have friends. But for so long, I was so insecure about myself that I thought that, man, something must be wrong with me. That's why I don't have any friends. But what I have been realized that maybe we are one of the special ones, that we are chosen to be okay with ourselves. We are chosen to learn to be okay to stand alone. And that is absolutely nothing wrong with you and I. And that's why self-acceptance is so important in this scenario. Because it teaches us to be totally okay with ourselves, whether we have somebody in our life or not. We want to have somebody in our life, but we also have a standard, and that we won't settle for anything less than what we truly want. Don't be like everybody else who settle for less just so that they can fit in with the rest of the world. Stop criticizing yourself. Stop telling yourself there's something wrong with you. No, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. It's better to stand along, to walk along, than to settle for mediocre friends, to settle for just anybody else. But in order to do that, you must learn to accept yourself for who you are. Accept every single flaw of who you are. Accept that it's absolutely okay to fall short sometimes. There are many times that I am too hard on myself. Like I tell myself when I fall short that, hey, I'm not there yet. Man, I didn't do that well. Hey, that's so simple. How could I fail that? I have a tendency to compare myself to other people, and then I beat myself up over and over again. But like I said, it does nothing good when I criticize myself, but just lower my self-confidence, just lower my self-worth. So stop fighting back with yourself and accept that we fall short sometimes. We don't win every single game, and that is absolutely okay. That is absolutely normal. Self-criticism does nothing good, but makes us take life more serious. You have to keep that in mind. doesn't matter how bad you make a mistake. It doesn't matter how bad you look very foolish. It doesn't matter how badly you fail. Accept yourself no matter what. We need to stop fighting back with ourselves and learn to be our own biggest fan.
At the end of the day, nobody is able to encourage you better than yourself.
The only way you can do that is that you accept yourself so that you can encourage yourself and to take action again. Remember, we don't really criticize our friend when he fails. So why would it be acceptable for us to do that to ourselves when we fail? No, it's not acceptable to criticize ourselves when we fail. Learn to encourage yourself. Accept that you are not where you want to be yet, and that is absolutely okay. Learn to be comfortable on your own skin. You are not perfect, and so am I, and so like everybody else. We all fight our own battles. We all here to figure out the next move. The next step is nobody here is perfect. What really important is that even though you know that you are not perfect, but you learn to be happy, you learn to be content with yourself, you learn to accept yourself fully, and then take action towards your goals daily. I know it's not easy to look at the world and look at ourselves and think to ourselves that, hey, man, I'm not where I want to be. Hey, I'm not there yet. Hey, it takes so long for me to become who I want to be. I know it's not easy to look at ourselves and accept that. But what is the other option? To be critical to ourselves? To be mad? To be upset? To be frustrated? To be disappointed at ourselves? What good does it do? Think about it. It does nothing good but lower your self-confidence. It does nothing good but sabotage yourself even more. Self-acceptance doesn't mean that you're perfect and don't need to improve. No, it is an acknowledgement that you fully accept yourself at the present moment, even if you are not perfect, even if you are not where you want to be yet. It's easy to fall into a trap that I will celebrate myself when I get there. When I get to the top of the mountain, then I will celebrate. Then I will be happy. It's easy to fall into that trap, but make no mistake about it. Learn to celebrate yourself right now. Even when you make a mistake, you are learning every day. You're getting better every day. You're taking action towards your goal every day. That's what's more important than whether you are where you want to be or not. Accept yourself and lift yourself up when you fall, when you feel down. That's when you need yourself the most. Remember, self-acceptance is learn to accept every single thing about yourself. Your good, your bad, your strength, and your weakness. Every single thing. Accept yourself when you succeed, but also accept yourself when you fail. Even when you don't take action, accept yourself anyway. Learn to encourage yourself. Tell yourself that, hey, I failed to take action today, but I will take action again tomorrow. It's absolutely okay. My friend, the road to success oftentimes is very lonely and challenging. Learn to be your own biggest fan. Learn to encourage yourself. Learn to lift yourself up. Remember, the only person who will go with you until the end of your success is the person that you look in the mirror every single day. So, accept yourself fully. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this episode and got some value out of this. Self-acceptance is a journey. Learn to be kind and gentle with yourself daily. Don't be too hard on yourself. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fall short. Lift yourself up and take action again. And until next time, Thank you.